shit. I've listened to this like the same song since like, when did this come out? This did not come out in 20. This somebody put this on YouTube in 2018. I don't remember when I first like heard this, but like I always be like flabbergasted just by like music, like be like, how the fuck is shit like this not just being annihilated in people's cars?
Because people want to hear
That shit
the
just
bullshit. People like the bullshit.
It's wild. Hi people, we're late. You don't care.
Because reasons and situations, but we are here.
It was
We
bears
have
outside, and we had to like fight off zombies. It was fucking crazy.
Had to fight off blonde-haired white women blasting rap music
That shit.
with fake boobs and filled lips.
Put your goddamn titties away, them. You and your fake breasts.
How dare you blast rap music
Is that
and
a
look at
thing?
me sideways?
Does that count as body shaming? Is there titty shaming?
You can shame whatever you want, to be
Yeah.
honest. I mean, if you want to be real about it, I can shame the fact that you're shaming.
Shaming. Oh, let's get meta as fucking here. Like, shaming the fucking shame.
We do a lot of shaming because how dare you hinder their free speech? Like,
Is that hindering if I just like there's a line between I'm hindering your and I just don't like that shit and you're really sensitive and soft about me not liking that shit.
right. Like, I'm expressing the fact that I have a dislike for something or a bias against something and you're mad because I'm not accepting it. But free speech wise, you can express what you want. I can express what I want. It's not that I'm necessarily shaming you, depending. Now, if you're telling somebody, that's as far as body positivity goes, if you're telling somebody, like, you're a fat piece of shit and you're worthless, like,
shame.
That's not healthy shame. But if you're like, yo, bro, it's not healthy for you to be this big. Like, you need to lose some weight. Like, that's not shaming.
Yeah.
I can tell you that you're struggling with something and something is a need for you to focus on and still accept you for who you are.
That makes sense. I feel like maybe like the only way that becomes like an issue is if you're like, you said like you, I just met you at the store, dog. I don't even know your name. Why are you telling me about my size? But like if we have like then you probably shut the fuck like you don't want them to die, but also there's no reason why you touch this guy in line and been like, hey, you're overweight. You need to get your life together.
Unless you're in that line randomly in the store and that person's weight is like causing them to inconvenience you, like we both are in this proximity and your size is like rubbing up against me and I didn't ask you to violate my personal space.
Excuse me, sir, your back titties is on my basket.
Sir.
Your back titties is on my basket. My kid's in there.
Like,
back titties for my child.
Daddy.
Yeah, like that speaks some fucked up shit. Your kids start speed bagging somebody back titties. Woo!
True story. I remember me and my homeboy, shout out to Steve, we were like the Fox Hills Mall because it's called the Fox Hills Mall, not the Westfield, whatever the fuck you idiots call it today.
You should get beat up if you say anything
else other than Fox Hills Mall.
That's like you're an insurgent.
Right.
Yeah.
We were in the Fox Hills Mall. I think we were in like the 10th, 11th grade, and we had his little brother with us. And I think he was like 6 at the time. And I think we were looking at shoes or some shit. And he was like, hey, Steven, look, he's fat. And I was like, oh, gotta go. Come on.
Now.
Come on.
I hear you. I see you. Now let me raise you.
Do it.
So
do it.
It's me, my mom, and my sister, and we're at the fucking my cousin. He's the fucking he's the star of this fucking story. So we're like, me and him are like 2 years apart. So it's me and him, like one other cousin, we're all like 2. So let's say I think at the time I might have been like 10. That puts him at 8. Fucking Chardon is like drooling on herself. Don't matter. So we're with our mom. We're in the fucking mall. My mom goes to the Mac store. She's going to get her fucking makeup shit. Cool. Boom boom. And I see him, like, cause me and him are, dicking around, not trying not to get in trouble, but niggas hate them all. We just look. I see him like stop playing, and, go, and he makes a beeline right to the counter. Me, I come here with my mom often, so I'm like, oh yeah, they fucking selling the makeup stuff. But I didn't take into account I'm born and raised out here in Los Angeles, California. Like Southern California native. We've been about the liberal shit for 5 ever. He is from Northern Louisiana.
Ooh.
Life is different.
A whole lot different.
And we're at the Mac store. So my mom's buying her fucking whatever the shit else that she's buying. And he looks up, and in all seriousness, he wasn't fucking around. He was genuinely concerned. I made a discovery. I need to do more research. Walks right up to the counter loud as fuck. Is you a man or a woman? This lady directly to the left of us lost her shit. Like, dropped her fucking bag, was like horrid laughing, like cackling out loud.
Oh, man.
Terrible laugh. We left. That was the best thing because it was like it's at the start. We were at it's the mall that's in Montclair. So if you go through like the back entrance, like you immediately hit like JCPenney's and it's Mac store. That nigga, cause he stopped the entire day, would turn around. Everybody get the fuck out because this nigga didn't ruin the day.
Now, before we progress to our structure, a random, actual logical question. Was it an accurate question that he was asking?
From an 8-year-old's perspective, I would say, yeah. Like, if I feel like that might have been, I clearly, like, you know, feel like if you're homosexual, you're everywhere. It's worldwide.
Right.
But I feel like that was because when I saw him, as funny as this is, he genuinely did not know. Okay. Like, I think he had not been introduced to, you know, that level of expression of how bro was getting down behind the Mac counter. Like,
right.
And he just, in his heart, was like, what the?
I just want to know.
That nigga, like, we were dead ass playing and on the verge of playing hard enough to get yourself in trouble. Like, and he said, no.
I'm gonna stop all that.
Yeah, I don't.
Let me cut all that short.
Like, he literally, as soon as it caught, he was like, "What the fuck?" He was flabbergasted. And
I champion him for having the courage to ask. And
that was a pure children.
I mean, hey, we should have enough. Like, we should be able to ask people and not be offended. Like, I think the reaction of like, or gotta go.
Well, no, and
that should be a problem. Like, people should be able to ask, like, just to make sure.
Actually, the dude was he like Jim, like, oh, this is a kid. He's like, I'm a man, like, and he was real smooth about it.
I appreciate
the funniest
that.
thing, really, the thing that set it off was the
that.
lady lost her shit.
Right,
but nah.
So he's observant enough to see the reality, and he just had
like,
to question it.
He's like, this is an 8-year-old kid. I'm gonna, put him on game. I'm gonna teach him now because if we're just putting it on to perspective, the area he's in, not exactly, known for progressive thoughts on any front.
I wouldn't even say it's progressive because I'm asking. He's not shaming. Sticking with the topic of shaming, I'm just asking a question. Now, I'll say, what's the difference between him as an 8-year-old and us as grown as people? Because apparently, as us, some grown adults, we can't tell the difference, and he could, and he asked.
I think that sometimes might come down to like people assuming your intention when you ask. I think there are genuine questions and. I don't know, and I'm trying to get educated. And then there's like, questions where you trying to do some backhanded fucking shit.
Right, I can understand that.
And I understand the sensitivity behind it, but I just, I know that's why these conversations happen because it's like, all right, you have to put out there like, understood, you feel marginalized and disrespected, and it's true, but also you got to give some wiggle room for a motherfucker to go, I just don't know, and I'm trying to figure out how to move around here. So I feel like there is, and I think, it seems, well, depending on what space you're in online, it seems like there are some where it's like, we can have this conversation because this conversation is, like everybody's favorite word here, solution-based. We're looking to create a space where both sides are cool, as opposed to whatever side you want. I'm finna shit on what the fuck you're saying on your side because fuck you, bro.
Right.
And that's different. That's not the same thing.
Moral of the story is if there's malicious intent behind your questioning, don't question. If you're questioning just for the sake of curiosity, ask away.
Yeah.
Feel free. Because I've been said 8-year-old boy in the mall as a grown adult and had people at whatever makeup or perfume counter like, you're so nice looking. Why don't you smile? Like, wait a minute. You my height. Like, I see past, like, somebody did a great job doctor-wise with all the enhancements, but something's not right.
Them niggas are like masterful.
Those surgeons do wonderful jobs. Wonderful jobs. Because like if I was just lustful, I would ignore all the signs of this. Like
niggas be getting caught.
That's how they get caught.
Unless you Mr. C or somebody that was voluntary.
Well, or what's his face, Malik Yoba.
Boy, he created a whole. That was such a. I mean, I guess if you're like. Running into shit like he was apparently running into, you lean in tough, because that to me I'm like, I don't know if he was like, I can't say all of it might have not been genuine, maybe, but That nigga said, "Oh, I'm in trouble in a minute. I'm finna lean heavy into.
Yeah.
I am a fucking champion." All right, bro. Okay.
Sorry, it's not how this works.
Yeah, fucking New York undercover, man. Who'd have thought?
Nobody would have. I mean, but hey, Dave Chappelle said something wrong in the industry. It makes people react and act and change how they are in a number of different ways. So it kind of comes with the territory.
It really does.
But shout out to my boy Kuntz in the live. He said she trying to make an NBA player. Let me rephrase the scenario because you came in late. We're not talking about an actual
Oh no.
born female that was 6'4" like me. We're talking about somebody that made a decision to transition to identifying with being a female. That's a big difference. They can't make or birth,
man,
an NBA or football
that
player
right there, man. The slip and slide through trying to describe that shit. It's a hang on, man. Let's get these adjectives together.
Let me stretch. Make sure.
I was an AP. I was in honors English. Let's go ahead and get it together, baby. These are
wiggle room,
boom.
baby. Wiggle room.
Yeah, that's deep.
So, and it's kind of late on the intro, but hi, welcome everybody.
Yeah,
welcome to
much.
Just a Dope Ass Podcast. I know you guys have been listening to us for like 15 minutes now. We're just now doing the intro, but so what?
Hey, man,
Hi,
look,
welcome. You guys know how we do
Loose.
things here.
It's a loose structure.
Right, a whole loose structure. So we're just saying hello, welcome. King Carter, DC here. Hi.
Hi, TJ. I'm Chad Awesome.
Oh, you're being somber today?
No, I don't know if I have like.
We have these rare moments where we switch, and I'm the one that's a little bit more energetic.
I'm still good. I feel pretty good though. Like I just felt like it just needed
A little balancing out.
Yeah,
I understand.
somber was a bit too much. I think I just was. I didn't really have a set way to announce in my head, so I just went default regular.
Me neither. I just kind of default to my regulars, but it kind of helps remind me. Like one of my friends listened. She listened to a couple episodes. Introduced her to the pod.
Lit.
Asked her for her feedback so she can tell us, because that's what we do. We enjoy everybody's feedback, so feel free to let us know what you think.
Mm-hmm.
Share it with us. But she's like, "Oh, who knew you had so much personality?" I wanted to reach through the phone.
Yeah.
I was like, "What you trying to say?"
I show you personality, motherfucker. Yeah.
I feel offended. Who knew I had so much personality? Because I'm calm most of the time. Like on here, I'm supposed to be mildly entertaining. In the world, I'm supposed to be relatively philosophical and calm.
You should have hit it with the Drake. I was protecting the world from my personality and my personality from the world.
Look, I'm hiding something from the world.
Something like that. He really got that bar off. That's crazy.
And then, he tried.
That's wild.
And then
Oh, you did get another compliment though.
I did.
Yeah. Word to Joe. My brother Joe is in the vicinity for like the next couple of days. I think he was doing some training. I think like in Arizona. Word to the Army. Thanks for your service and stuff.
Dun, 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 dun.
So he was back up here, and like he came back like last night. So we've been kicking in. I'm gonna go kick it with him a little bit after the show or whatever. And so him and his, it's like our like 5% New York numbers, all them. So word to Watertown, upstate New York, bitch. So his wife is like, he sounds so we should read like books and narrate them. You're now obviously,
I'll take that.
yeah, you're now like slated to like call Audible, and they got to cut the check. Like you got to read children's stories.
That's not my first time hearing that.
You gotta when Sam was like, "Go the fuck to sleep," you have to be like,
Go the fuck to sleep,
"Please."
please.
Yeah, that's it.
I can do that.
Yep.
I've contemplated that, but then I also contemplate like, I have to read this story in this exact voice specifically for this document that is being put on audiobook.
Man,
And I'm going to have a moment where I'm like, man, the hell with all that bullshit.
fuck
Nah,
that.
goddamn.
I'm in from my mouth to y'all's ears to the motherfuckers ears. I mean, and God's ears, but to motherfucker ears that can cut the check. Because ever since fucking Guardians of the Galaxy, when I saw this motherfucker Vin Diesel walk in and say, "I am Groot,"
Groot.
They cut the check. I don't give a fuck if he got the least amount of money for the entire production. That nigga.
If you got $500,000 just for that, that is enough.
Because, yeah, you got to, like, you know, when you trickle it down, you know, like, tip-top billing, Robert Downey Jr. got, like, you know, he get, after, when it's all said and done, he was getting, like, was it, like, I don't know how high the millions it was.
Fuck you money.
It was, no, yeah, he was definitely getting, like.
He got fuck you money.
He was getting fuck you money per film. So if it's like, okay, if that's the range, yeah, after Iron Man, it was like suck every inch of this dick. That shit every year just went, and all of them did, because it was like fucking Hemsworth, Evans, all them niggas was like getting cut the check. The original cast was getting lit. So it's like, if I scale that down, 500,000 is like a really like potential number, and it's Vin Diesel, so he probably got way more.
Of course,
to walk in there and go, I am Groot. Like, I don't even know.
In 25 different ways.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. I don't even think that, like, you know, for a lot, like, okay, like, for fucking, like, you know, for Thanos, like, Brolin had to really be on set. He had to wear the shit. They had to do the little, that was.
Makeup and everything.
That was mapped to his facial structure and body. Shit. For Groot, I don't know if they.
I just got to show.
Yeah, I think he really just say, I'm Groot, baby. You know, we are Groot, baby. Like, I'm gonna go drive these cars, bitch.
Right.
Like,
we gonna pay you $100,000 for each take,
bro. They like, yeah, bro. Like, went to work. It was a tough hour and a half.
Right. I am
for the week. Like,
Groot. That was wrong. I get paid for that, right?
Look at that shit. Like, you see The Rock. The Rock is always posting, like, you know, up 2:35 a.m. I had 5.5 minutes of sleep. I got up, ate 1,200 pancakes, 6 things of sushi, 200 steaks. Then I wrote in my journal. Then I typed up my own script, went there, picked up the cameras, filmed myself filming, came back, kissed my daughters. And it's like, Ben was like, I am Groot. What?
Got money just like you, baby.
Yeah, The Rock does be doing like just he does. It's too much.
The Rock is on 24/7.
Yeah, like The Rock is like, it's rude, because it's like, okay, bro, you can be rich or you can be like fitnessy and motivated. Don't be both. Like, this nigga be like, he'll be like,
why not?
I'm just being shitty. He's like, the nigga be like, yeah, I lifted like first time here. And I'm always, people be posting cars and shit. I be sitting there really every time he posts some shit from the Iron Paradise. I was like, y'all know that one machine costs $2,000. This nigga got a whole
gym that he brings with him everywhere that he is.
I still haven't wrapped my mind around the logistics of how that works, because it's like, okay, y'all really pick up all this equipment, put it on the truck or a plane, and travel it to a destination. That in and of itself, and
reset it up for however long he's going to be there.
That process in and of itself is people's entire, and I'm not shitting on The Rock
at all,
but that is people's entire fucking, like,
that's what I get. That's how I feed my family. I build and take down and transport and set up The Rock's gym equipment.
Yep.
That's multiple times a year.
That's what a fucking.
That is wonderful.
See,
to have the money to pay people to do that. That just
that's a flex. That like fuck. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't be trying to just be shitting on niggas, man. Like, fuck a goddamn chain. That is a flex. I could travel my gym. I can also tear off my motherfucking $1 billion gate and then just have it put back on same day.
Right. Just because I had a moment.
If that was me, that shit would have sat there for 3 weeks. Like, how the fuck?
I'd have been outside trying to figure out.
How much is welding class? I can weld on YouTube. I can look on YouTube and figure out how to
struggle with the thought sometimes of getting here to the radio station early and bringing my weights with me. Just myself. And it's nowhere near as much as what The Rock has. Just to like kill time and work out outside in the parking lot.
I'm like, bro.
You have people that you hire to do that, and it's not like one person that you hire to do this. Like, this is at least 5 to 10 people.
Mm-hmm. If we're
not to mention the truck driver that's driving.
The Rock is really feeding. I wonder if he has like, if it's his own personal team or if he like contracts whatever. He just like, I have the Rock truck and the Rock weight team.
I'm pretty sure it's some big ass Brahma Bull diesel truck.
Yeah,
that might have a picture of his latest shoe on the side or some shit. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I'm not mad at it.
Nah, bro, it's a lot of moves. Like,
I'm not mad at it.
That motherfucker really has like.
You living the life.
Yeah,
living the
Yeah.
living the life. You can if you got paid right now to perform and talk to people and travel and lift weights and have people to
I'm out.
take
Yep.
exactly.
That's me. What? Like I'm doing this shit for free. Like I'm talking here twice a week. I pick up weights
For you guys, for your entertainment.
Yeah.
For your entertainment, folks.
Yeah, I would 100%. What? Yes.
Like just Anthony Bourdain and fucking strongman competition just combined in one.
Even those motherfuckers, like, they really just. What's that dude's name? The giant. Well, they're all giant. Brian Shaw.
Oh,
like,
I thought you were talking about Thor B. Horsham.
Him too. It don't matter because them niggas just really be like, you know what? I can do a movie now. Even though I do think like it's cool. Like I feel like the ones before them still. I mean, everybody has to build and get you to the point of whatever, but they kind of got the shit under the stick because before them motherfuckers was like really just lifting houses and going home, and it's like, damn, nigga, that sucks. Like now I think it's cool at least that them niggas can make a living off that shit because that shit is fucking terrible. Like,
I mean, now.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had people throughout history that have gotten paid to just be the strong motherfucker in the movie. You just be big, strong, muscly person. You ain't even really got to act for it. All you got to do is growl at said whatever star of the movie that you're going to fight within this 2-minute scene. And we're going to pay you a few $1,000s for that. And then you can add that to your resume and go back to lifting heavy shit and eating massive amounts of food.
Yeah, I think I feel like the movie thing would have to be like, not have to be, but if you're going to keep it entertainment-wise, you would have to transition that way because I just feel like that's a hard thing to maintain forever. Like even what's the fucking British dude? That nigga got his one and peaked out on his celebrity shit and been riding that shit ever since. Fucking whoever the beast dude is, I forget his name. Eddie Hall.
Oh,
Eddie Hall got his one and said, I'm a good personality. Fuck y'all. I'm gonna ride this bitch.
Ride that way.
Yep.
I mean, when you find your lane, you stay in it.
Yep. He got his. Like, I got my one, so I'm in the fucking. My name is always gonna be in the conversation.
Yep.
You Yankees got 4, 5, 6. I don't care. I won. I was the strongest man in the world.
And I'm gonna ride that bitch till the wheels go flat.
Yeah, that niggas like really just max out on what you can do to a body though, because that's like when you look at like even him now, he's still a big motherfucker. He's like 6'3", like maybe like still in the threes or whatever. But 6'3", he was like 6'3" when he was like competing, and it was like 440 something pounds, and I was like,
absolutely not.
He flat out said he was like, yeah, I thought I was gonna die. Like,
yes, I have been 6'4", 200 and damn near 80 pounds. That's uncomfortable, and he's damn near double that. No.
Nah. When he said 4, I was like, I'd even tried. I couldn't even put in my mind how to even match that on my body because the heaviest I've ever been was 290, and I was like. I'm like, and it was dumb shit. Like I was like walking up to like class one time, and it was like that, and I was like, I've been coming in this building off and on for like 2 or 3 years. Like I've had a lot of classes in here. Today and it's every day. It's been like this.
Right.
I don't understand.
Right.
And I just said, hey,
and an athletic version of that. An athletic, like working out, enjoying working out the whole night. I can imagine what it's like for people that are that size and don't work out at all.
Yeah, I don't even know because I know like what mine was. Mine was I'm eating it was like the dirtiest bulking you could do. I'm eating everything I'm wanting and I'm picking up the fucking room on a daily basis.
Y'all said y'all got 35-cent cheeseburgers. Let me get. You said it's 20 is the max, right? Let me get 20. I'm gonna go outside and get another 20.
And I'm gonna pick this shit up. But like, yeah, if you're like doing that and you don't have, like. Muscle to even support up, man. Fuck that. This is not a dish, you guys. I'm just concerned.
No,
like,
we've been here, so we can give you firsthand. It's not comfortable. I've been an athletic, large person, and it was massively uncomfortable for me. And I was like I said, Mack truck. I'll plow through some shit, but it is uncomfortable. Don't like it. So I can imagine how uncomfortable it is for somebody that's dense.
Like, oh yeah, we finna fuck. I'm going to bed. Are you good? Did you? It's not even about you. Like my heart right now.
I can't.
Yeah, like I didn't like my pancreas hurts. Everything just get off.
Y'all seen Notorious.
Yeah.
Get on top.
Yeah. I don't know where we're headed, people, but it came to here with just be healthy. That's what today's episode
Pay attention to yourself, love
be
yourself, take care of yourself in every sense of the word. And it might pay off for you. And you end up being like The Rock and get paid to be in shape on screen and have fuck you money to take a gym with you everywhere that you go.
So speaking of The Rock, I was watching this other fucking thing that came through on my on YouTube or whatever, and they were talking about Chris Hemsworth and his like excitement to continue being Thor, even though you look at like Robert Downey Jr. is like clearly he was like I'm out, my contract up. Chris
Right.
Evans literally was like my contract's up. It's like if you were as an actor, would you do? Because The Rock has flat out said a couple times. I'm not for lack of a better word, I'm 100% paraphrasing and also putting words in the man's mouth, but I'm not interested in being a fucking Daniel Day-Lewis. Like, I grew up, the shit I love to watch was like the Die Hards and the fucking whatever, so I'm just gonna keep making blow 'em up summer blockbuster bang bang movies like that. And it's like, if you were like,
Find your lane.
yeah, if you were one of them, would you try your hand at like the drama shit, or would you just, well, take that back because Hemsworth has done like his drama shit,
Right.
but would you just say, I'm gonna ride this fucking blow up shit thing till I can't? Or would you be like, I've done my time here in this role, and then I want to fucking...
I don't know. I think it depends. For me personally, I might enjoy it because I would take the route of, say, a Hemsworth or a John Cena or a Rock. Like, I can do the blow 'em up, shoot 'em up, beat 'em up, bang bang type stuff, action movie stuff forever because I plan on maintaining my body as much as I can and even progressing it. But also, I can venture into the comedy world and do like comedy movies and parody movies. It doesn't have to be something super, super serious. If you look at everybody that does that, your John Cena's, your Dave Bautista's, your Rocks, like they all have movies where I'm in a serious action movie and I'm this action star. The acting doesn't have to necessarily be the greatest, but hey, it's entertaining. And then they also can transition into kids movies or transition into comedies and not have to worry about the serious dramas. Or if I am in one, I may be like the quiet person in the serious movie or something along those lines. So I think I'd be okay with that. And we got people like Bruce Willis that like has never really touched a thread on anything outside of an action movie. Anything that has to do with him having to run down somebody, run from somebody, shoot somebody, fight somebody, and do some stunts, he's in there.
And not to say he's not like in great, amazing shape, but his shit really just be like, I'm tough. I'm tough.
I'm just tough.
Yeah, I'm not. What are you talking about? A gym? I'm tough, bitch. Give me that
I'm going to get my ass whooped.
Yep.
I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be beat up and bloodied by the end of the movie, and I'm going to be limping, but I'm still going to be
I
standing.
gotta find this page that I used to watch on YouTube, but it used to like put logic and science into the movies, and they did.
But you can't, unfortunately.
They did the last. Was it the last Die Hard?
Last Dragon?
No, it was the last. He reviewed. They reviewed the last Die Hard, and it was like where he was like fucking standing on a jet, then jumped off, and they were like, bro. It was like 10 minutes in there, like so much death would have happened. Like your body cannot take. Do you guys like like gravity and like G-force, like broken this, broken that? There's no way you
have to have
through
a
that
mass
shit.
amount of balance and strength and all in focus.
I was like, wow, bro, movies are really. It's like.
But you can do that for any action movie. Has any action movie really been based on logical stuff that is possible of happening?
Hemsworth did an amazing job in the Black Hat movie. And just did one on Netflix being a mercenary. Oh, I saw the one where he like was a mercenary. That shit was good.
It was good, but it's still an action movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. I still like movies like that. I like behind the scenes shit is dangerous because it makes you think like you're a director. I was like, oh, like they did the BTS thing about how they filmed it, and like there's this big action scene in the middle, and like, yeah, that was all one shot. And I was like, oh wow. When I'm watching, like, it was one shot, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, I'll be sitting at home thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, man, like I should definitely call up Spielberg because this behind the scenes let me know exactly how to film some shit. And I'd be thinking like, oh yeah, I could do that. What the fuck I need to film it? I go home like.
Look, I've been on sets, and I've seen how it can take like 8, 9, 10 hours to film one like 15-minute scene. And having to replay, re-say, remove every single way perfectly the same exact thing 50 different times over and over. It's nowhere near as easy as you think.
Reset. It took us an hour to put. It's going to take us an hour to reset.
Right. Okay, we got it right. Now move all the cameras to this angle, and we're going to do it and try to get it right over here. Okay, now move them over to this angle. We got to do this and get it right in 15 different angles.
Yeah.
And they might not even use this one. We may have to come back tomorrow and do it
That's
again.
another thing, too. Like, I like, not to say, like, even going back to the fucking, what was that film? The fucking, everybody hates. Or people act like they hate.
Soul Blade money?
Suicide Squad.
Oh, if
The
y'all
fact-
don't knock it off.
The fact that like I actually started feeling, the more information came out about that, like even that and the Justice League, I'm like, damn, I feel bad for these niggas because motherfuckers really just completely, the fact that the Snyder Cut apparently is a whole new movie basically, and like, you know, you hear Suicide Squad and you hear all the stuff that went on with the bro who played the Joker. He was like, there's a whole movie of me, and they like, you can bag up what they put in the movie and it's like 20 minutes of me, but like there's literally hours of me performing. Like, I'm be like, damn, I would be mad as a motherfucker too, because I'm like,
and all you got was like 10 minutes of screen
and the
time
world has been shitting on me, and it's like I didn't do a bad job
at all. You guys just didn't see what I did.
or if I did a bad job, you guys can't even call it because you didn't see whatever job I did.
You didn't see anything,
Yeah, that shit sucks.
and you're judging me based off that, which is terrible. And we're not saying all this because we wouldn't act and be in movies and do these things all day. Because I mean, we certainly would. Just to let you guys know, in case anybody like has, you know, some scripts and stuff that you want to work through. But you know,
That nigga said, Romel Rose, call me right now.
right now. Friday.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I know, like clearly the huge corporations and shit is needed to make a lot of this stuff, even music. But I always be like, damn, like I don't know. There seems to be like a shift now, even like kind of transition to even like the Kanye shit that he's been doing, just like we talked about last week. But I'm like, I don't know how to split the middle between like, hey man, just y'all can just give the money and leave all the creative shit to the creative people. But I know that like requires that you like give away part of your power, because if I'm doing all of it, you just giving money, then that really
Right. If you're just an investor, you don't get rights to claim
you gotta
all
sit
this.
the fuck down somewhere. That's some sick shit.
I mean, it's unfortunately we are conditioned to believe and accept the fact that that is the business. Period. Not even talking about a specific genre or realm of business. We're just saying that's the business in general.
This is the entertainment business. This is business. Period.
Yeah,
That's fucking.
that's
shit.
who said we had to accept? That's not cool. Like even going back to the Suicide Squad analogy, he should be able to. All right, if y'all not using this footage of me, let me take that and invest it myself and create my own movie and release it, even if it's just on Netflix. I should be able to do this and make money off of it because this is my content. I'm helping to create this, and you're just going to toss it in the garbage. So I should be able to take a portion of that and say, hey, I can take this, I'll even pay for it, and this is mine, and I can keep it, and I can do away with it how I please.
Yeah, I'm wondering how, like, I mean, I haven't really been, like, I'm not super invested in, like, the business of movies, but I wonder, like, if this Snyder Cut shit, like, has, like, changed a bit of the dynamic of how people do the movie thing, because it's like, oh, yeah, y'all dropped some shit, it was ass, and then somebody goes, you know, there's another, drop that cut, drop it right the fuck, put it together, fucking bag that shit up, and release it. And apparently this shit, like, is like, oh, no, like, y'all are sitting at home, this can, you know, Avengers told us that you can do a 3-hour fucking movie of this, and it seemed like they shit is like, oh no, nigga, we're gonna give you all of it, like as long as it needs to be. And it's, you know, when I think about it, I'm like, well, you know what? I've been sitting here watching, you know, I've been watching The Boys, you know, for 2 or 3 seasons. If you put every hour, that's like, you know, that's a fucking 12-hour thing if you binge watch it. So really,
Same concept.
If you, especially with everybody doing the streaming shit, it seems like theaters are dead because of COVID. Like, you could really do like, hey man, our movie could be 6 hours. You don't have to cut this part. They're not gonna not leave the theater. It's at home. They can pause this shit and come back.
Right.
So you could really give everybody they just do.
And you can explain the story the way it's supposed to be explained without having to condense it and like give people like a bullshit version of what they're really supposed to be learning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, imagine if they did that with Black Panther and we actually got to see Black Panther whoop Cap's ass like he's supposed to. For all the people that are not comic book nerds and don't understand, they didn't get to see that wonderful, glorious part of that relationship.
I was so pleased back in the day. Like, that was one of the things that, like, you know, not to say like BET did a lot of good things, but one of the best things they fucking did was that Black Panther shit.
The animated version.
Boy, he whooped that. I was like, wow, bro, they really
had him trapped in a hole.
I'ma beat your ass every time and he did, bro. It's like multiple. He whooped that ass.
What are you doing here, white man?
He beat
you
that
know
ass
you're not supposed to be here.
every fucking time I see you, and
Cap would take
great.
an ass whooping just to be like, I still need your help.
Yep.
All right, whatever. This how wonderful would that be?
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, as this progresses and as they kind of figure out everything with his passing, because even like I remember having conversations before, like with being such a cultural impact, some of the like I kind of bounced between there, like there was conversation where like Wakanda was damn near bigger than the characters, because just like the concept of holy shit, okay, Black Panther's doing, but fuck man, did you see what these niggas can do? Like,
right.
So I'm like, when they do the next couple films, I'm like, do I want it to be that based, or do I want to see like them just beat the fuck out of everybody? Because in the comics, it's even still like Wakanda's like super like emphasized. Them niggas beat the fuck out the Skrulls by themselves.
Yep.
It was like, oh, y'all want to pull up? All right, bitch, pull up then. Like y'all are taking over the world, but here, nigga, fuck y'all.
For those that don't know, the Skrulls were like the people that some of the Avengers were struggling with.
Oh, if you watch what the fuck was the one? Captain Marvel. They're the good guys, which they're usually bad guys. They're green.
Yeah.
So,
they're the green people that people were struggling with in like the movie before.
They had a whole in the comics they had a whole takeover. It was a fucking big thing. Tony Stark gets fucking PTSD because he trust nobody. It was some shit. And them niggas came to Wakanda and them niggas said, "Do you want the dick or the balls to suck? Like which one? What you sucking first? Like what?
Cock meat sandwich.
Yeah, because you gonna get both. I'm gonna let you choose.
Just fold it over. Just here. You get all up.
Serving it up.
Here you go, baby.
Yeah.
Spit on it. So
look
guys,
at that.
do your
We
research.
can put everything together, man. We have comics to sucking dick. I really, I'm like the usual stance here is that you people are not respecting the power of comics. Even when I think about like once I looked down here and like and realized like the Hemsworth thing reminded me again. Like I don't think people pay attention. Like even in like watching like the fucking last Avengers multiple times over, I was like, this is low key like a giant mental health film. Like
it is.
If you take away all the pew pew, and
it is.
I was like, yo, like Thor. Everybody made fun about Fat Thor, but I was like, can we put together like, okay, if he's 1,500 years old, let's say he reached maturity like the rest of us, he taps out at like 30 and just never stops aging. Like, we're looking at like over 1,400 years of wild depression. Like, I've been that nigga for 1,400 plus years. In the past decade, I have experienced. I've been whooping ass forever. I've experienced, whatever
godly ass.
On the time frame of the film, I'm like, I lost my mom, I've lost my dad, my brother just died, I lost half my people, my friends here on Earth, which is my second home, the half this Earth is wiped out, you killed my mans and them, I am wrecked, bitch. I am fucking done.
I'm done.
I'm
in shambles.
My woman left me some like 2 or 3 movies ago. This is trash. This life sucks.
And I just want to drink and eat my life away and leave me alone.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
That is a mental health lesson. For those of you that think that we don't always talk about mental health, haha, guess what? We know how to tie it all together.
You thought, bitch. Like,
you thought, motherfucker.
Fucking,
Hulk.
Black Widow never fucking fixed her hair. That shit just grew out. She was eating peanut butter sandwiches, making shit jokes.
Yep.
Lost in her work.
Hulk was suffering impotency.
Yeah.
From his PTSD and depression. The effects that the mind can have on the body.
In and of himself is like one whole character just based on mental health.
Most definitely.
Like there's 50
battling with this alternate personality inside me that I struggle with controlling.
A couple of them. It's deep, yo.
It goes.
Y'all should just take our fucking word for it. I don't give a shit what geek shit you grab.
Just grab it.
Yeah.
Just grab it. And the moral of the story is always pay attention to this. You see the upper layer of something, and normally we see that as the surface. You can go below that.
I'm telling
whatever it is, like you can go deep. Get to the crust of the
wherever you want to go. Okay, Hidden Leaf, Gotham City, Hyrule. I don't give a fuck where the fuck you go.
Any anime,
bitch, just go there.
Right.
All right.
You can pick any anime, and there's like undertones in all of them, or little lessons and nuggets in all of them that teach you something.
I was being a interim anime person the other day, and I was like, all right, I'm always saying watch something, and I was like, damn, I never give like a specific one because you get overwhelmed. It's like you give a motherfucker 17 things. I'd be like, all right, man, fuck off. And it was on Netflix, and they're like, okay, I see all this. What's this? And I was like, oh, you funky bitch, Full Metal Alchemist. That is my recommendation, and I don't think people talk about it. I think Brotherhood is on Netflix.
That's the first one, isn't it? Like when they first start their journey?
I think I want to say Brotherhood, and the other one, was it that they're cut in half, or is it that one is more of a hard adaptation of the anime and the other one of the manga, and the other one kind of like does what they usually do is where we're doing our best adaptation, but
Right.
whatever. I think that's what the distinction was. Either way, whatever one was on there, I was like, because I remember watching both at some point in my life, and I'm just like, if you want some shit that is like, it's not. I mean, it gets dark, but it's not like, start out the gate, eat your fucking face, Attack on Titan, and it's not super bubbly, but it's like, whoa, these are some themes. These are some still
Most definitely.
like that shit. That Chimera shit is still in the top 10 worst fucking things I've seen in an anime. I was like, yeah, this is daughter, man. And I like the dog. Why the fuck would you do that? Why would you? To this day, there are memes of that. That shit is brand new. That was some terrible. So, anyways, folks, what I'm saying is if you wanted to start an anime, Full Metal Alchemist, I'm giving just free fucking.
Just go
pub
watch
for
it,
no reason.
and don't just
Nixon
look at it
money.
like, oh, it's a cartoon with explosions and blood, and no, really listen to what they're saying and what they're talking about and the undertones that they're presenting.
And you can watch that shit the dubbed version, because either way, all the shit hits.
It's going to be the same. You're going to get the same type of nuggets that you would get from watching anything. It doesn't have to be super philosophical in order for you to get some sort of philosophy from it.
But low key, the whole premise really is philosophical. The law of equivalent exchange and shit. Even what they do, okay, if I'm an alchemist, there's no such thing as I'm not making something. I'm refiguring matter and shit that's already. There's a whole lot of layers, folks.
It's a whole lot.
This shit could get nasty.
It can get really
This shit
nasty.
could get terrible.
So pay attention, folks.
I don't know how niggas have come here. Sorry to anybody who's ever come here, because there's been a few who be like, hi. I know it would just be like, how the fuck I come talk to you niggas? I'm already I didn't know. Sorry, but also not sorry.
Not at all. Expand your mind, brother.
Just a tad.
Just a little bit.
I don't know.
Think outside of the box that you've been conditioned to believe. Open the, you know how the boxes just close on you. Open that bitch up. Peek over the edge a little bit. Just let me look.
Honestly, yeah. Now that I thought
What's
about
going
it,
on over there?
I just thought about Hyrule. I'm like, you niggas really didn't that might be one of the, and it's still on 64. That might be one of the best games I think ever made.
Is it Hyrule?
Yeah, Ocarina of Time. That's that's
okay.
the shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And it's the story. That's the fucked up part about it. This is one, that to me is one of the best. Fuck y'all. I'll fight everybody about that game. I'll play that shit today. I might play that shit today. But I don't know. I've been on this kick the whole time, for the past 2 days. I haven't given a shit about any other music than weird electronic pop music.
That's fine.
And I found and it's all the shit I tapped in on 2012 or 2013. But anyways, today was a short one because it was late, but we had a lot.
We did.
We talked.
Hope you were entertained.
We were happy that you showed up.
Thank you,
whenever
everybody.
the fuck you show up and listen to this. So
come on in.
Goodbye, good night, good morning, good afternoon, whenever you see this. And we'll see y'all next week on Thursday. Get into the shit, bitch. Go get you some fucking Darius and listen Malibu, which is this song. It's really good. And don't sue me, nigga, because
we're talking over it. He can't.
And I don't have any money to give you. Oh, nigga.
I do. You're just not gonna get it. I'll fight you for it.
I don't have any money. I walked here and on a horse. And,